Hi there. I've finally got around to doing a video about the car that I've chose to replace the Kia Niro. I was reminded about it by someone in the comments from my last video, and I had promised to do it and I've never done it. And I think one of the reasons I've kind of avoided doing it is guilt. I've gone from a zero emissions EV to a petrol internal combustion engine, and that was something I kind of never saw myself doing, but I kind of justify it to myself in the following ways. One, I've moved from the countryside into town. I'm living in an apartment block. I can't have home charging. The public charging network I couldn't really face because going and finding a charger that hasn't already got an Uber sitting in it, and then having to sit there and wait while the car charged, I just decided that wasn't for me. I also have a very low carbon footprint. I seldom fly. I haven't flown long haul for a few years now. I do very little mileage. Some moved to the city, I'm averaging 40 to 50 miles a week, and that's an average. I actually do some long trips amongst that. So as you can see, I don't really do a very lot of miles. I'm getting old and I have a terminal illness, so I'm probably not going to be driving for very long. So I made the decision that I want to drive something that's enjoyable to drive for these last few years. I considered a sports car. I've had TVRs, I've had a Caterham style car in the past. It wasn't a Caterham, it was hand built, but it was Caterham style. I'm a petrol head. I was into motorbikes originally. I could drive a motorbike at 16 when I was a child. I got into motorbikes in the Highlands, drove them all year round, and then cars. And I was been into motorsports and competition. Not anymore, but I used to do that. But I love driving. That's what I'm getting at. So I wanted something that was actually enjoyable to drive. So I considered a Porsche 911. I've never owned one. I loved the TVRs when I had them. They were called the Porsche Beaters, but they were budget cars, and I loved them for that. But Porsches are, I have to admit, they're nice cars, and I've never owned one. But practicality won out in the end. I do the school run with my grandchildren quite a lot. So I need to have a car that can comfortably take 2 child seats in the back. So it had to be a saloon, or a sports saloon to be more precise. And once I decided on a sports saloon, there was really only one option for me, which is this car here, which is my Alfa Romeo Giulia Veloce. It's not the top of the range. The top of the range, of course, is the Quadrifoglio, which is ultra fast mental car. I just couldn't see a justification for that in the city, to be honest. Sorry about the traffic noise. I'm in a car park. I thought it'd be quiet. It's very early in the morning, but anyway, it's not. So I love Italian cars. I've only had one in my life. I had a Lancia Fulvia Coupe back in the 1970s, which was a brilliant car. I loved it. But it basically disintegrated in front of my eyes. I was living in London at the time, and every morning I would come out and another rust spot would have developed in the car. So eventually it went off to the car graveyard. And that's the only Italian car I've ever owned, but I've always loved them. I had the good fortune to drive a Ferrari Dino again in the 70s, which I loved, and I love Ferraris. But I would never drive one because I'm kind of quite an understated person normally, and I feel they're a bit too, flash for me. Let's put it that way. And so hence it's actually a surprise that I've gone for Alpha Red in the car. That's also unlike me, but that's kind of a heritage thing. Alfa Romeo have a fantastic motorsports heritage. They won the first 2 official Formula One Formula One championships in 1950 and 51, and so I don't know, just for nostalgia's sake, I had to have Alfa Red. So, for driving, it's performance-wise, it has 275 brake horsepower. It has 295 pounds-foot of torque. It does 0 to 62 or 100 kilometers, depending how you judge these things, in 5.7 seconds. So it's fast without being outrageous. But it's most of all, it's a beautiful car to drive. I took it to Knockhill, the racing circuit here in Scotland, to put it through its paces, because I wouldn't do that kind of thing on the road. I'm embarrassed to say that I have in the past. I've driven ridiculously fast on public roads, but I wouldn't these days. So I took it to Knockhill, and it was amazing to drive. It's so responsive. The steering it's got a fast steering rack. It's incredible. It's just a really engaging car to drive. It is a driver's car without a doubt. I absolutely just love it, and I think despite my guilt about having gone from an EV to an internal combustion engine car, I do think that ultimately I made the right choice. I so enjoy to drive this car. It's marvellous. I feel special. It's a car that gets noticed. It gets noticed for its looks, not because it's loud. It's actually very sedate. I don't know if you can hear it at the moment, but it's not a raucous sports car. It's quite sedate. Absolutely perfect for the school run. It's an everyday drive. Which obviously the Quadrifoglio isn't, which is why I never went for a Quadrifoglio ultimately. It would have just not made any sense for the kind of city driving and stuff that I do. That would have just been mad, really. So yeah, it's just a lovely car, and I think I made the right decision. It has its warning system. Interestingly, with this one, it might be something that some of you might be interested in. With this car, you cannot turn off the driver aids, the ABS, the limited slip diff, stuff like that. You can't turn those off. You can in the Quadrifoglio. But I don't think that matters, I think, and in fact I think for most people it's sensible to have those things on all of the time anyway. When I was at Knockhill, I did lose a couple of bits out of it at times, had a few moments, but it gathered itself back pretty much really very quickly. It's a beautiful car to drive, and as I say, I think I made the right decision. And for those of you who follow the channel because of the EV thing, I hope you'll forgive me.